Welcome to module 4, and then in this module we're going to be talking about crafting your target audience, right? So this is the second thing you do when you're creating your marketing plan. So let's just get right to it. I've viewed a table that makes it easy for you to just put together who your target customers are. And, we're just going to go through that one after the other and then talk about what it looks like. But, just to say before we get into that, the concept of creating your target audience is what we call building a user persona, right? Building a user persona. A user persona is, I would say it's like you defining who your ideal customer is, so that you know who exactly you're talking to. Why is this even important, right? When marketing, one thing you always want to do is to talk to one person. The beauty of marketing then is that you're talking to one person, and then there are maybe 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 version of that one person. So that's where persona comes in. So you can't realistically say that your target market is everybody. If you say your target market is everybody, you're joking. You're literally joking. Why? Because you're saying that you know you're pretty much saying that your product appeals to everybody at a particular stage of life, and then you're just saying that everybody is at that stage of life. It's just like the diaper example, and then you're saying your target market is everybody. Of course, not everybody has a kid between 1 to 3 years or 1 to 2 years who would need a diaper. Not everybody, right? Even if your product looks like it's for everybody, it's probably not. Let's look at maybe a soft drink, maybe soda is called in some country, or minerals is called in some countries. So maybe let's say Pepsi, for example. Pepsi's target is not everybody. That's why when you see on their marketing material, they're not bringing in an old grandpa to be their brand ambassador, or to be on their brand wallpaper, or their brand or their banner, billboard, or things like that. Their target market is not everybody. They're probably trying to appeal to people who are upwardly mobile, who are within a certain age range. And definitely they focus on that. If they're going to sign a brand ambassador, it will probably be maybe a popular celebrity, and then that's who they're pretty much going after. So your target market, your target audience can't be everybody, right? So that's why this is important. If you create if you're able to figure out your target audience, what happens is, it then gets easy for you to market. Of course, a brand can have separate target audience, and then you probably need to create different plan for this different target audience. But ideally, you should settle down on one. Even if you have 3 target audience, for each of the target audience, approach them as if you are creating your product, your service, your marketing for them. So so this is where this table that I'm going to pull up comes in. Great. So for each of those target audience, like I said, let's say there are 3, or let's just pick one, for example. So you want to give an hypothetical name. What is the likely name this person might answer? Next would be, you want to determine their age. How old do you think they might be? How old would they probably be? Then sex, right? Then what's their relationship status? Are they single? Are they married? What's their job title? What is an ideal job that these people do? Then where are they located? Then what's their salary range? And also what's the budgets they usually have to buy your type of product, right? Who are their enemies? Who are they bothered or threatened by? Maybe professionally, maybe culturally, or things like that. So who are their heroes? Who do they look up to in the industry or life, right? What are their work goals? What do they want to achieve for their company or for themselves? Where do they get approval? Who gives them recognition, maybe at work or in their life or at any point in their life, right? Then what's their favorite drink? What's their favorite music podcast? What's their favorite TV shows? What's their favorite book? What's their favorite clothes? What's their favorite transportation means? What's their interest, hobbies? Where do they consume news? What's their mentality? What do they secretly want? Or what do they secretly uphold? Right? How do they see life? Then what are their pain points? Then you can now start to talk about how would they hear about your company, or how do they think your product or service solve their problem, and what might make them hesitant to use your product or service. So technically, this, of course, you might not need all of these questions, but it's good that you have all of this so you can create it. So what this then do is, some of the questions help you understand the audience. Some of the questions help you know the limit of the audience. For example, like salary, like budget. You want to kind of understand that, okay, this is how much they're earning, and this is how we want to tilt our marketing to ensure that they put a budget to get our product or service in their salary or in their earning, right? Some other questions help you understand their biases, their bias rather, what they tilt towards. For example, so if you put things like who are their enemies, of course, that definitely means you don't want to go there, right? For example, let's say in a country where some people do not like the president, right? You don't want to tilt your marketing content around that for any reason. You don't want anything I mean, you don't want to make a mention of that government because you know that seems to be their enemy. You mention that, they switch off your brand. They pretty much just turn off, they zone off, right? So this is a simple rubric to help you choose your marketing budget. In the next module, we're going to talk about a new thing. Oh, it's already coming up. Talk about how to list your marketing objectives. So see you in the next module.